As we spoke about the complementary metal oxide semiconductor cell in the last video, this is the Cmos cell. It is manufactured by a Maxell by Hitachi, and we can replace the old cell of our motherboard and put this new working cell onto the motherboard. Let me turn to the back side of this package and see what they have written on it. And there are some safety instructions or usage instructions that have been written onto the back side of the package of this CMOS cell. Genuine, original, and some other certifications have been written onto the backside of the CMOS cell. Now let's head to the cabinet and open the cabinet and install this CMOS cell. Let's go. And this is the CPU cabinet, guys. Let's start the process of opening the cabinet by removing the screws using a screwdriver. This is a normal cabinet, not a gaming cabinet or a high performance cabinet as such. And let me take the screwdriver and break open this. I've started the process of opening this cabinet, and here we go. This is how you have to open the backside of the CPU cabinet, and this video also tells you gives you an information about how to open the cabinet in case you find any problems related to the hardware components or connectivity of the cabinets. And you find yourself in a spot where you need to open the cabinet, and in this video you can also learn how to open the backside or the cabinet of the casing of this CPU cabinet, guys. And this is a very slow process. You require some patience, and we need to loosen every screw that is present on the back side of the cabinet. Before that, you should have removed all the wires, all the plugs that was attached from your other devices like monitor and CPU, etc. And this is the process of breaking open the back side of the cabinet, guys. Let me come back in a while. Yes, we are here. We are almost done with the opening the back side of the cabinet. And these are the screws. We have loosened up all the screws, and one plug out of that back case will give you the back side of the cabinet on which a new cell will be installed. New CMOS cell will be installed. This is the new CMOS cell that is getting to that is going to install on the cabinet. These are the screws, don't lose them, and this is a screwdriver which you need to use in order to put back them. And this is the cell, and this is the motherboard of the cabinet, guys. This is a very important part of the CPU. And this is the old cell or the cell which was giving some problems. And as I'm pointing towards that cell, that is the most important part of your motherboard. And guys, let me put these wires to the side, and these are certain holders that is very important in order to hold the cells in place. And another important part is, and those are certain components that is present around the cell that is important for all the computing functionalities. And this is another view, and let me install the old cell, and this is the process. Let me remove the old cell, and this is the process. Yeah, just clip it out using a sharp object or like a pencil or a pen, or I'm using screwdriver, and this is the old cell. Just throw it away, and this is the new cell which we need to open and install in that gap, install in that place. Before installing, you need to make sure which is the perfect direction. As I'm showing, there will be a direction, or there will be a side where there is no names written on the cell, and that is the place that should go on the holder. And if there is name written, that should be showing towards outside. And this is the direction, yeah, where there is no name, or the rounded a little bit bulged part should be going on to the holder, guys. Hmm, yeah, that is the way you need to place the cell, and you need to use a sharp object, or you can use your fingers also in order to put the cell into the place perfectly. It should be perfectly placed onto that component, onto that holder. Otherwise, if it is not placed perfectly, there will be many problems that will be occurring. As you can see here, I have installed the cell onto my holder perfectly. And this is the fan and other components that is important as well. and we can see the cell is perfectly sitting in place. You need to make sure that every clamp that is holding the cell is perfectly fitted. So and also wipe off any dust or dirt or any sweat that was present on the cell. As I'm showing a sweat from your hands or dust or dirt, anything if it is present on the cell, you need to wipe it off as soon as installing, or even before installing you need to wipe it off. And make sure that there is no dust or dirt on the cabinet, inside the cabinet. I'm sorry, there is no, if there is some dust or dirt or anything like that, it might cause some problems with the computing functionalities. Yeah, that's it. There is a very easy process, guys. The CMOS cell has been successfully installed, and now we need to close the cabinet, and I'll show you guys how to close the cabinet, casing of the cabinet, guys. Mm, just make sure that it is perfectly placed. Hold that hold keep all the screws, as I'm showing, keep all the screws safely, otherwise you cannot seal back your cabinet in place. Now uh, now what process we are doing here is we're making sure that cell was perfectly fitted in place. This is the cabinet, this is the case of the cabinet. You need to place it onto the um, onto your CPU cabinet, and you need to push. Yeah, it's different for different cabinets, guys. If you are using some other cabinet, the process of installing back the case is will be different. Now let us take all the screws, and let us start the process of tightening the case or screwing up the cabinet, guys. Let's wait. This is first screw that we are putting in. This is the first screw. Tighten up. If you're having an automatic screwdriver, then it will be an easier task. Since I'm having a manual screwdriver, I need to tighten the every screw myself. If you're having an automatic screwdriver or a electric screwdriver, just a press of a button, just by pressing a button, every screws would be tightened perfectly in place. Since we are using a manual screwdriver, that would be not be the case every time. I need to use my hands, and we need to tighten them very tightly. Yeah, yes, we have done the tightening up the cap. Please like this video, share this video with your friends, and stay subscribed to my channel for more interesting videos as this one. And I'll catch up with you guys in my next one. Thank you.